You're attacking me, you're gaslighting me, you're manipulating me. Can we actually stop with the buzzwords? Some people need to log off the internet. Welcome to JoTea. I'm Jodie, and let's spell that Married at First Sight T. Week 3 of Married at First Sight UK, we have got In-Laws Week and Intruders Week, which means we have 3 new couples. We kick this week off with Stephen telling Nelly that she's a fucking idiot. And he said it twice. He didn't stutter. She then said this is the first and last time that he will speak to her like that, which in my opinion that means that she's obviously gonna write leave. If you're never going to accept him speaking to you like that, it's the first and last time, means you're gonna leave. You're not accepting the bullshit. Don't give him another chance to do it. Do you guys think she left? When we get to the couches, we see Maeve and Joe tell each other that they love each other. Adorable. When Devani and Julia Ruth get to the couch, they basically asked Devani why he didn't stick up for Julia Ruth when she was going at Stephen yesterday. He was like, I didn't want to add fuel to the fire. She was starting drama just for the sake of starting drama. He was right to sink into that couch. She wouldn't have stuck up for him. Shock horror, Dean and Sarah stayed. I couldn't actually give 2 fucks about these people this week. They're here for TV time. They're here for screen time. If Dean wants to accept scraps, that's his business at this point. We've seen Bailey tell Rebecca that he loves her and she didn't say it back, but there's no pressure there. Paul and Anita is the first couple to exit the experiment. They both wrote leave. Honestly, I do feel sad for Paul because she was just not willing to give him any time. Now, Stephen, not that I've been defending you or anything, but like if anybody's been defending you in any way, I have. I've been trying to say like Nelly is being too much, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, she is being a little bit over the top. But you got on that couch talking about, I didn't call her a fucking idiot, I was talking about the situation. You doubled down on it. Like, actually just own your shit. At least own up to it. If you're gonna do something, stand 10 toes on that shit. He then instantly turned to victimhood and said he's acting this way because he was attacked years ago. Give me a break. What do you mean you're acting this way towards your wife because you were attacked years ago? Nelly did write stay even after what happened this morning, so that is also her problem now. I don't think that Stephen really thought that just by him crying on the couch was gonna get him out of the situation, and it kind of did. She was kind of happy to see him showing emotion and stuff. Ashley he has to be the funniest person this season because when he was on the couch with Grace, their couch session was actually deep this week. They were getting into a lot of stuff. Right now, one thing I will say is buying protection does not mean consent. I don't know if Ashley was alluding to that he thought it was, but it doesn't. Look, I got my nails done this week. Ashley made me do it. And we actually seen this week that Grace got her nails done and got his initials on her ring finger, which was very girly and cute of her. But on the couches, he said that he's halfway through a book on feminism. He's doing everything he can and he's really trying. Grace does feel like pressure from him though, that if they have a night out, if they go on a date, if he makes her dinner, if he buys her anything, that she feels like she needs to repay him in sexual actions, and she's not there yet. She also feels like he keeps saying that he can't touch her and they can't have anything physical, but she feels like all he does is touch her. They definitely need to try and meet in the middle and understand each other a bit more on that. Let's talk about the new couples because I was so surprised that we got a stag's night for the 3 new couples. We've never had that before, and honestly, never do it again because that shit was a waste of my time and it was boring as fuck. Our first new couple is Abby and John. Abby wants to find someone that her mum will finally approve of. She trusts that E4 is going to give her that. Actually, give me a break, because what do you mean your mum has never approved of anybody but she's going to approve of someone that you meet at the altar on TV? Her mum is actually a fruitcake. She thinks it's her show. She literally walked up to the altar and started talking like it was her wedding. I didn't like her mum. They really liked each other at the altar, but there's something about it that made the wedding very surface. You know what I mean? There just wasn't any depth to it. They were just like, oh, you're so perfect, this is a fairy tale, and it was just very, he was trying to impress her mum, and I think they definitely need to get a bit deeper, actually get to know each other. We didn't see a lot of them on screen where I was like, oh, they're like so cute together. On the honeymoons, we see them get a little bit closer, I guess, but still like that, it felt almost surface. She did open up to him. She was in a relationship with a married man without realizing it. He opened up to her a little bit, that he wants to kind of make her feel safe. Abby's body is tea. She is a bodybuilder. Leisha and Reese is our second couple, and I actually couldn't tell you why the experts match these together because they're actually polar opposites. She's really like obsessed with herself and her looks. It's not like some self-love pouring into yourself. She just really wants validation and wants him to tell her you're like the most beautiful girl ever. She wants him to be all over her, and I can get that to a degree. She's just way too much, way too soon. He didn't kiss her at the altar, and she did not like that. At the wedding, she literally could not read her vows. It was like she couldn't read the piece of paper. She'd be reading like pause out loud. She wrote them, right? Unless ChatGPT did. I don't know who said that. Maybe she didn't write the vows and that's why she got confused. From everything we heard, he just wanted somebody that's serious and actually ready for marriage, and she's just not given very serious. You can tell he did not like her laughing through the vows. At the end of it, he did kiss her on the cheek and she's not happy about it. She confronts him about it straight away, and when they got to the photo shoot, the photographer asked them to kiss, and literally they just put their lips against each other. Afterwards, she was like, the kiss was so good. I just kept kissing and kissing and kissing him, and he just obviously likes me so much. And Reese was like, it was just touching lips. There was absolutely no passion there, and she thought it was the end of a fairy tale. Straight away at the dinner, her questions for Reese is, am I hot? What do your exes look like? Are you on dating apps? How many exes do you have? Do you get attention from girls? She is not going to give him a second. He very obviously is not going to like her. He said as well that it takes him literally like maybe 2 to 3 days to know if somebody is going to be in his future. I think it took him 2 to 3 hours with Leisha. Her mum told Reese that she's a lot of work, she has a lot of energy, but while he's talking to his mum, she's talking to his sister, talking about, I even hate this word and having to repeat it makes my skin crawl. Like, I hate that English people use this word, but she told his sister, he's so hot, I might have to shag him tonight. Why do you guys say that? It's actually just disgusting. I hate that word. It's just, I really don't like that word. That's enough. Like, actually stop the bus, because why are you saying that to his sister? Why are you even telling his sister that he's hot? Like, are you weird? On the honeymoons, it's day 1 and she's asking Reese if he's fallen in love with her. Girl, the sound of your voice makes him want to put his head through a wall. Never mind talking about if he's in love with you. And because he's not giving the responses she wants, she's like, we can cut this. Like, any guy in the world would want me. Anyone would want to be in a relationship with me. There's so many guys out there. But yet, we are on E4 getting married at first sight. That's surprising. She just wants him to tell her that they're going to be together forever. It's honestly pushing him away. Now, she got bit by a dog in Thailand. Why the fuck anybody would be putting their face down near a stray dog is beyond me. The dog bit her in the nose and she had to go to hospital to get shots and everything else. Why would you put any part of your body, never mind your face, near a stray dog in any country? Any dog that's not mine is not getting close to me, my face, my hands, nothing. And I'm a dog person. Now she's upset that she had to ask him to come to the hospital. He doesn't know you. Like, it's actually been 2 days. I understand the point that he should just go with you, because I get that. I probably would too. If I'm dating someone or whatever and they have to go to a hospital, I'm obviously just like, you don't even have to ask, I'm gonna go. He doesn't know you and you guys aren't exactly getting along. He came in the end, but she wanted to make a big deal out of it afterwards. But again, it's just constant, do you visualize me in your future? Are you in love with me? Are you falling for me? Crazy shit. Even if it's a week, that's crazy. She maybe should have been matched with Devani because he was obsessed with his wife after 2 days. On the kind of last day of the honeymoon, I'm assuming it was, she was starting to calm down a little bit because he was honest with her. He said, look, you're pushing me away. It's way too much pressure. You can't be asking me these type of questions when I don't even know you. And then she kind of listened to him a little bit and calmed down. What surprised me and caught me off guard is that they have been sleeping together. Apparently multiple times, according to her, and his reaction confirmed that she wasn't lying. I would never have expected that with the things that he's saying on screen. I do get a little bit why she's got more of a deeper connection with him. I wouldn't have imagined they were sleeping together, but I don't think it's gonna work. I really don't. The first couple to have in-laws week is Grace and Ashley. Like I said, Ashley, he genuinely is the funniest guy on this show. He thinks that meeting Grace's friends is gonna help him get true to her. Does he not remember his wedding day? Does he not remember who her friends are and how they act? Because there is no place on this earth they were gonna have his back, and they didn't. They sided with her obviously on everything, but Ashley's sister came in. She was not having it. She was like, no, I don't like how my brother is acting around you. I don't like that he's apologizing to you for speaking, making jokes. It's not him, and he's clearly compromising a lot for you, so you better fix up. I do like Grace. She's just a tough one to break down. Something must have happened to her in life to make her walls so high, to get so triggered about being a woman. And that's sad. That's really sad, and I would hate to have to live life like that, being triggered by just being alive. The nails are cute though. You should keep getting your nails done, sis, because they look good. Julia Ruth and Devani had their in-laws week, and Julia Ruth went to meet her friends without Devani. I didn't like this. Now, of course, obviously Devani's cousin came to meet him then, but I'm gonna put the blame on Julia Ruth there and absolutely side-eye her, because there's no reason she shouldn't have brought her friends to the apartment. I'm struggling to understand why she would think asking someone their biggest fear in life would lead to a fun, happy conversation. And I just don't understand why she's still going on about it. If you've agreed to move on, why are you still talking about it? Julia Ruth's friends are just as shallow as she is. They agree that they're not compatible because he values other things in life more than sex and looks. What sort of life do these people live? I absolutely loved Devani's cousin because she's a human and she sees the issue in Julia Ruth caring more about looks than kids. That's an issue, a real issue to talk about. And she don't play about her cousin. She does not play about Devani, and she's not here to play with Julia Ruth. Devani literally told them that he acknowledges when things get heated and when emotions get high, he needs to take a step back and let the air breathe. He's not intentionally badgering or attacking her. And they instantly jump on him, saying that he's not taking accountability because he said attacking with quotations. He's repeatedly taken accountability for that and apologized for it and is trying to do better for you, but you keep saying that he's attacking you. People don't choose their words correctly. Devani's cousin brought this up, that she needs to really choose her words right. He's taken accountability. He's explained to you what's going on, how he's feeling, and he's given you actions he will take in the future to make sure things don't happen the same way again. But somehow he's not taking accountability. They keep saying to him, I think you didn't take accountability. Who actually asked you? Because your best friend is sitting next to you saying, I know you apologized multiple times. Therefore, she's telling you and she's acknowledging that he took accountability, but you're saying, no, I don't think you did. Good for you. Devani clearly was getting very emotional and this was really upsetting him. So instantly he said, I'm not going to engage in this absolute rubbish. He stood up and went and took a moment for himself. And that was not good enough for them because they were like, this is not normal behavior. Okay, so would you rather him sit there and tell you how he really feels? Then you would say he's attacking you. Which one is it? When they came back, Devani's cousin actually spoke up for him. The first thing they told her was that you're gaslighting Julia Ruth's feelings. Like, the buzzwords have to stop. You're attacking me. You're gaslighting me. You're manipulating me. Can we actually stop with the buzzwords? Some people need to log off the internet. People like this, though, are really dangerous. People that come into a conversation ready to just throw allegations at people, tear someone's character down, put all these labels on them that aren't true. Kia and David had their in-laws week and Kia's mum came over. She is absolutely hilarious. The first question that she asked is if they've had sex yet, and I actually can't deal because the relationship they have with each other, the way they can just speak outwardly like that is hilarious to me. David was like, I can see where you get it from now, and literally he is his mom. She's just as funny as he is. They actually told each other that they love each other. I genuinely am like, they better still be strong, they better still be together because there's no reason that they should fall apart. They clearly love each other from like the minute they met each other. Our third new couple is April and Leo. Dare I say April is actually funny. I actually really like April off first impressions. She seems really funny, great personality. She said in her introduction that she weirdly likes a mullet. They found a guy with the mullet and that's the job done. That's all the experts needed to hear. It's a match. They also both lived in Australia. But honestly, like, I know I always take the piss out of the experts about this is the one thing and they paired them together. I think they're going to be another good instant match. She sells hot dogs. He competes in hot dog eating contests. I don't see how this could go wrong. We did see though on the honeymoon that April is starting to get a little bit frustrated because she feels like she's not getting deep conversations from Leo. When she did ask him about it and told him, I'm feeling like it's a bit one-sided, let me know what's going on in your head so we can just squash it. He did tell her that the extroverted version of Leo is a mask that he puts on, and realistically he is a lot more introverted and he just uses this extroverted mask to mask all the deeper stuff. He promises that he will open up to her. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Out of all of the new couples, these guys definitely have the most potential. Then we've got Joe and Maeve's in-law week. These guys have been my favorite all last week and the beginning of this week, and I'm starting to get a little bit worried because they're worried that they're just in a bubble, and that's starting to worry me because there's a lot of talk of we're just living in the moment. We're not talking about what's going to happen afterwards. We live 2 hours away from each other. Maeve has got a kid. She can't move. Joe loves his family. He doesn't exactly want to move, but he has said he would move for her. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit worried about them. But also, when they were letting their families know that they told each other that they loved each other, they kept speaking in the past tense and not saying we love each other. They're saying no, we've told each other that we loved each other. That's little things that people don't even realize, but I picked up on it. I was like, it's interesting they're speaking in the past tense. I think definitely if they could stay in this scenario, in this apartment, in this little bubble, it would work out pretty perfectly. That's not the real world. Honesty is the best policy. If they're having fears about their future, just talk about it. By sweeping it under the carpet and saying you'll talk about it in 2 months when it gets here is not gonna work. Sarah and Dean had in-laws week, and Dean's friend, the first thing he asked was, what's an interesting fact you've learned about Dean? Because he knows his friend and he knows there's so much cool shit to know about his friend. And Sarah was like, I don't know. She literally couldn't think of a single thing. But then we just had to hear the same boring waffle, and I'm just not bothered. I'm not bothered to hear about it anymore. That's their issue. Sarah is crying again to her friend about how she's struggling not being able to be herself because she has to watch what she says because she's worried about disrespecting Dean. The fact that you're so upset you can't be yourself because you can't be a rude bitch is... You really gotta check yourself, because that's what's upsetting you, that you can't sit and make jokes about another person. Dean still thinks that he has a chance. He needs therapy. He's telling his friend that he still thinks there's a chance, and his friend is like, do you guys even hold hands? And he's like, yeah, of course we hold hands, but I initiated. Dean, go home. We've seen Leah and Lee when they had their in-laws week. Leah kind of let it slip to Lee that there was a conversation about Rebecca being her type, because Lee almost was being made feel like it was just in her head. She was just imagining it. She didn't realize that Leah actually had a conversation about Rebecca being her type. There's definitely some tension between them. Leah definitely needs to start treating Lee a little bit better. But this week almost felt a little bit like a filler week for me. Obviously we had the new couples, we had the in-laws week. It was just rehashing everything that's happened over the last 3 weeks. Honestly, it was a little bit draining. I'm tired of hearing the same conversations and the same arguments over and over and over again. I'm tired of hearing about Nellie's broken rib that doesn't exist. Let's just move on. I'm hoping next week is different storylines and we can just have a little bit more fun, maybe some new drama. Let me know what you guys thought about this week, if you like the new couples, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in week 4.